Good morning, everyone. This is Shyam, Assistant Professor, Civil Department in Chevron Engineering College. Subject Geotechnical Engineering 1, Unit 2, Index Properties of Soils. On topic Particle Size Analysis. Particle Size Analysis, Coarse Granite Soils. Sieve analysis is one, and second one is the fine granites analysis or sedimentation analysis. So particle size analysis divided into two analysis. One is the coarse and second one is the fine grain. So coarse grain analysis in the sizes is greater than 0.075 mm and fine grain analysis size is less than 0.075 mm. Coarse grain analysis also known as the sieve analysis. Fine grain analysis also known as sedimentation analysis. In sieve analysis in divided into two parts. One is the coarse sieving and second one is the fine sieving. It is the coarse sieving means gravel, in fine sand sieving. So in this coarse sieving size is greater than 4.75 mm and fine sieving in 0.075 to 4.75 mm. So in fine sieving, dry sieving and wet sieving means sand, dry sand and wet sand sieved. In wet sieving, preferred when sand contains silts and clays. So next one, sedimentation analysis in is divided to two methods, pipette method and hydrometer method. Today we discuss the coarse grain analysis, means sieve analysis. Sieve analysis in coarse sieving. The fraction retained on 4.75 mm sieve is called the gravel fraction and is subjected to a coarse sieve analysis. It is the means 4.5 mm is greater than of the sieve size, means soil size 4.7 mm. This is the coarse particles and fine particles are below the 4.75 mm. So in sieves are represented either by the number of or either by size. In sieves, IS sieves have a sieves are size opening represented in a mm or micrometer. Sieve number represented number of sieve opening in 1 inch of length. For example, 0.075 mm size has sieve number IS 200. So here Indian standard or US standard in size of sieves passing in trace, they have fixed the numbers. For example, in Indian standard 0.075 mm size sieve plate has a number is sieve number IS 200. The sieves used in coarse sieving are 80 mm, 20 mm, 10 mm, and 4.75 mm. These four numbers of sieves. The sample is shaken for 10 minutes in the shaking machine and weight of soil retained in each sieve is found. Let Wi is the equal to weight retained in the ith sieve, means last sieve. W equal total weight of the soil sample is taken. Percentage of weight retained in the ith sieve, that equal to Wi by W into 100. This is the calculated the multiply 100. It is means percentage of sieves. It is the last sieve height weight divided by total weight. Next one is the cumulative percentage retained. Total weight of the soil retained up to ith sieve divided by total weight of the soil is taken into 100. That is equal to sigma I21 I into W I divided by W into 100. Means Wi is the weight of the retained in the ith sieve, means the last sieve. Here percentage of the final ith sieve, that equal to 100 minus cumulative percentage retained. It is the percentage of finer, it is indicated n percentage of n. So here this calculation used the course sieve analysis find grain distribution curve, means grain size distribution curve. A graph is plotted between the percentage of finer and say sieve size in semi-log paper, means semi-log. We know the general graph and semi-log graph. Here find the finer and sieves, plot the graph in semi-logs. Here sieve size is taken on log scale on x-axis and percentage of finer in arithmetic scale in y-axis. From the grain distribution curve is size computed corresponding to the 60% of finer, 30% of finer and 10% of finer are computed. They are represented as the D60, D30, D10 respectively. D60 is that size below the which 60% particles and are finer than the size by weights. D30 is the size below which 30% particles are finer than the size by the weight. D10 is the size below the which 10% particles are finer than this size by weight. D10 is called effective size. So it is the logarithm scale. We know indicated the 60% is known at 60. This is D60. Similarly, D30. It is the D30. Next one D10. 10%, 60%. It is above the 100%. We find out 60%, 30%, 10% in logarithmic. The y-axis is the finer percentage of finer, and it is the size of particles log scale x-axis. And also in this D50, it is the average size. So here see the grain diameter means D. It is the percentage passing means percentage of finer n. Here particle size D10, D30, D60. This is the grain diameters. We find in logarithmic graph plotting, and also we calculate the D60, D30, D10 values. Here D10 is the diameter corresponding to 10% passing. This is next D30 is the diameter corresponding to 30% passing, and Z60 is the corresponding 60% passing. Here we discussed D50%. It is the average size, means diameter corresponding 50% passing. Mean diameter of the soil sample means average size. This is the middle of the passing. Using D60, D30 and D10 following shape parameters are defined for the classification of coarse soils. Here coefficient of uniformity, we find out Cu. If represented the particle size distribution and it is defined as the Cu equal to D60 by D10. It is the formula we find out the coefficient of uniformity after logarithmic graph represented in values D60 and D10, where D60 equal to that size of the particles below the which 60% of particles are find the weight. Next, similarly, D10 is the size of particles below the 10% of particles. If Cu equal to 1, soil is perfectly uniform graded, all our soil is same size. For well graded gravel, Cu greater than 4. For well graded sands, Cu greater than 6. This is the coefficient of uniformity. We find out Cu. So see the coefficient of uniformity Cu D60 by D10. So similarly, coefficient of curvature Cc equal to D30 square by divided by D60 into D10. So here D10, D30, D60 means the 10% of pass below the passing particles, and 30 means 30% below, 60 means 60% below the passing particle sizes. Here for well graded soils, 1 less than or equal to Cc. Cc means coefficient of curvature are equal to 3. It is the well graded for soils for coefficient of curvature, and Cu greater than or equal to 4 for gravel, Cu greater than or equal to 6 for sand. Cu means coefficient of uniformity. Okay, clear? Coefficient of curvature Cc. The parameter represents the shape of particles along with the distribution. It is defined as the Cc equal to D30 square divided by D60 into D10. For all well-graded soil, Cc between 1 to 3. If Cc is not in above range, the soil poorly graded or uniformly graded. Next one is the sieve analysis, fine sieving. We discussed previously. Course, this is the fine sieving. Soil friction passing through the 4.75 mm sieve is subjected to fine sieve analysis. It can be performed either in dry state or wet state. Wet sieving is the performed when the clay constant in present in the sand. So sand is the washed to remove the clay. Whereas the if fine soils are not mixed with the sand, then the dry sieving may be done. In the fine sieving, following sieves are arranged in decreasing order as a 2 mm, 1 mm, 600 microns, 425 microns, 150 microns, and last one is the 75 microns. So these are sieving decreasing in fine sieving. Okay, clearly the procedure of analysis is same in coarse analysis. The coarse analysis means 4.75 mm above the coarse grades. So coarse soils below the 4.75 mm is the fine soils. Procedure is same. Only particle size are different. These are the coarse and fine sieving. Next one, sedimentation analysis in Stokes law. Here, small particles of particular size range in liquid suspension have a tendency to settle down due to the multiple type of forces acting them. This behavior of particles is known as sedimentation. In soil mechanics, we use this property of small particles to analyze the particle size distribution. Particle size distribution, in this method, separation of soil same sample into the different fractions based on their particle sizes. Here we know the mechanical properties mechanics. One side one force applied and another side another force applied. Means X force, Y force, means horizontal forces, vertical forces. So here W force one side acting and D force and B force acting another side. So here this forces acting the particles, soil particles is separated. Some forces is upward form and some forces in downward form. In soils with particle size greater than the 75 micron are analyzed by the sieve analysis method using the sieves of different sizes. Particles of the size smaller than 75 micron cannot be sieved because smaller particles carry charges on their surface and have tendency to stick each other and other particles. Even two sieves are the experiments hand. So handling such kind of soils would be very difficult. Here fractions, different fractions based on the particle sizes in soil sample. So to analyze soils containing these particles, we use the method sedimentation analysis. This method is based on the Stokes law. According to this law, small particles in the liquid suspension tries to settle down due to its own weight under the action of gravity. And because of acceleration, due to the gravity, its downward velocity keeps on increasing. But two forces, one is the forces which acts upwards and acts due to the pressure difference on the body inside of liquid. So here see it is a soil particle is the force applied B, it is the beyond forces. So particle to force side is the H and end of the soil particles 2 and force side is the H2. Here acting total force is rho GH1 and height second is formed rho GH2. Here G is acceleration forces. So one is the force upward and one is the downward. It is the direction of the motion of the particle. It is separated of in soil particles. These forces acting on the soil particle in water bodies means liquid bodies. These two forces starts acting on the particle in the opposite direction of the particle's motion and start retarding the particle until it acquires the equilibrium condition, and because of the which particle's velocity becomes constant. That is now particle falls with the constant velocity, which is the called terminal velocity. See the figure. So it is the equilibrium forces. So two forces is upward and one is the downward. Upward forces D force and B force and downward force is W. So upward forces equal to downward forces. So upward forces D plus B and downward force is W. So final W equal D plus B. It is the equilibrium condition. So here velocity is the constant in direction of motion. The expression of terminal velocity can be obtained by writing the equation of equilibrium for this falling particle in fluid. Particles weight W downward, beyond force P and drag force D upwards. So equilibrium equation will be W equal to the B plus D. So finally W equals to B plus D means upward forces equal to downward force. This condition is the equilibrium equation. Okay. Here dW is the particle weight downward, and D is the drag force, and B is the buoyant force B. Clearly? Weight can be written as volume of particle multiplied by its unit weight gamma S. Buoyant force will be weight of liquid in our case. That liquid is water. This particle has displaced, which is volume of particle multiplied by the unit weight of the water it is displaces. So here drag force on the small spherical particle moving through the viscous fluid in given by 6 pi eta r v. So his formula gamma s 4 by 3 into pi into r square equal to gamma w into 4 by 3 pi into r square plus 6 into pi eta r w. Eta is the dynamic viscosity of the soil suspension. Dynamic viscosity is also represented the letter mu. So gamma s is the unit weight of the, it is the gamma s is the unit weight of the soil particle, and gamma w is the unit weight of the water. This is the viscous fluid in given 6 by eta RV. Solving this equation, and after a little rearrangement, we get the terminal velocity as this: V equal to gamma s minus gamma w by 18 n into d square. This is the velocity formula. In this equation, the quantities are constant for the particular soil, and the water and velocity is constant for all particular temperature. So here gamma s and gamma w constant means quantities particular soil and particular water, and n is the constant. Viscosity, v is the velocity into d square. So gamma s is the unit weight of the solid, and gamma w is the unit weight of the water. Clear? So we can see the relationship between settling terminal velocity of the particles and its diameter v proportional to d square. We can see the larger the diameter of the particle, higher its speed will be, the smaller than particle slower it will be settled be bottom. Now by simple equation of the motion, we know that velocity and any particle which falls through the height he centimeter in time t times would be he upon t. Here substitute the value of velocity from the equation number 1, and we get the equation v equal to he by t. He means depth of settlement and t is the time of settlement, equal to gamma s minus gamma w by 18 n d square. Here h is the depth of settlement, v is the velocity, t is the time of settlement, and gamma is the unit weight of soil, and gamma w unit weight of water, n is the viscosity. This is the particle size, diameter of the particle size, soil. Okay. So we observe the relation of between diameter of the soil particle and its time of settlement to be depth He. By this, we can calculate the time of required to T by any soil particle of diameter D to settle down at a depth of He. So soil particle is upward in some required time at any soil particles of diameter is settled down at depth He. Diameter of the particle size D. That's okay, but how to carry our out particle size analysis with this method? To start with, let's first prepare the soil suspension for the sedimentation analysis. We take about 50 grams of woven dried soil sample which passed through the 75 micron sieve. Put it into the vessel and mix about 100 ml of the dispersing agent. It is the micron 75. We need to mix dispersing agent because fine of soil particles tends to stick to each other, and in the liquid suspension they form bigger falls. These falls behave like single particle, and according to the about the established equation number 1, the settle with greater speed than individual particles should be settled. Hence, true sedimentation results cannot be obtained. So here, 1 liter distilled water to mix the sodium hexamate phosphate 33 grams and sodium carbonate 7 grams. These are in 1 liter distilled water. These are also method given for the preparation of dispersing agent. We prepare by mixing 33 grams of sodium hexamate and phosphate and 7 grams of sodium carbonate on 1 liter of distilled water. Back to our sample after mixing the dispersing agent. The sample is stirred with a mechanical stirrer with a few minutes. Then sample is transformed. Then measuring jar and distilled water is added to make the suspension volume 1000 ml. By the placing hand over the jar, make the jar upside down few times so the ensure complete mixing. Here we assume that our suspension is completely mixed and homogeneous. That means that we assume that all the soil particles of the different sizes are uniformly distributed throughout the suspension, and concentration of the particles of different sizes is the same at all depths. This means the number of different sized particles at any depth is same. For clarity, let's take fewer particles and show all the particles of different sizes separated. As per the equation number 1, we can know the particles larger diameter we have higher settling velocity and will settle earlier than the small sized particles. See the particles in different sizes, small particles and larger particles. In this mixing of water, distilled water, at the beginning, the sedimentation amount particles at any layer of the suspension will be same, but as the time proceeds, particles start settles down and the amount of particles different layers become different. Here suspension is of the soils in particles starts settles down. By equation number 2, we know that the in time of particles diameter D would be have settled for He depth, which means the above this depth He only particle size smaller than D will be present because He is the depth of from surface, and we considering particle size d which has traveled the maximum distance of, so we sure that the no particles of size will be present above the layers. So here what is particle suspension? Diameter particles, and after different particles in different depth of He. So settle in different layers. So we take sample from the depth He is the particle smaller than the will be present in the sample and in the same concentration as were in the beginning because of beginning the same settling velocity. Similar size particles, that is two particles will be leave the layer and two particles will be arrive the layer same time. Number of particles with particular size in layer will be remaining the same. So here observe, so one layer is some particle form and another layer some particle settles and another layers different sizes is placed. So smaller, so is greater this portion and is the greater than, so each layer settle the sum of the different sizes particles settle down. Okay, clearly. So as we know the percentage of finer in weight of sample with the particle size smaller than the divided by the weight of the total soil sample with the all particles present in the 8. So clearly, so formula is equal to percentage of finer n equal to particle size smaller than the d divided by weight of the total sample soil sample with the all particles present in it. So here percentage of weight samples with the particle size smaller than d divided by weight of the total soil sample with the particle size present into 100. This will come to the percentage finer. Okay, clearly. Thank you all of you. Next we will discuss the pipette method and hydrometer method. Clearly in this class, any doubt ask again. Okay, thank you very much all of you.